Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm taking a look at this interesting egg gadget. I've had a lot of requests for this one over the years. It's an egg scrambler that scrambles the egg in the shell, supposedly produces golden eggs. The box calls it an egg homogenizer, but does it really work? Let's find out in today's video. Before I get started, if you like what you see in this video, please consider subscribing for more videos like this. Let's jump over the unboxing and see how that went. All right, let's take a look at the egg homogenizer. There are numerous models like this on Amazon. They typically run about 15 bucks. All of them have pretty mixed reviews, but this one supposedly is one of the better ones of the bunch. Here we go, no instructions or anything, all right. So there really isn't much to this. Is it me or does this remind you of the Minions? All right, so look inside here. All right, so there's a silicone inside, which will keep the egg from breaking, hopefully. This goes on here, and then that goes into the top. You have to line up with that pin or it will go out of place. And then you're supposed to just pull, even though the instructions are in Chinese, I believe that means 20 to 40 times per egg. It seems simple enough. Let's go get started. It might sound like it's out of Dr. Seuss, but for this video, I've got old eggs, new eggs, cold eggs, and warm eggs. Because I've seen some people in the Amazon comments for videos like this saying that room temperature eggs work better. I'm not really sure if that's gonna make much of a difference or not, but let's see. All right, so the way it's supposed to work is you take off the top here, remove this kind of egg holder pod thing, and then place an egg in here. I've got a room temperature new egg. Place it in there. Ooh, wow, this is not a particularly large egg, and that seems like it's already kind of a tight squeeze. Oh, man, I feel like I'm gonna break it before I even get started. You know, I've seen complaints on Amazon about this. I didn't think putting it in there was gonna be the hardest part. Placing it in the unit, place the top one there. Now we're supposed to do 20 to 40 pulls on this one. Now this one I'm not gonna make a hard-boiled egg, I'm just gonna see if it actually scrambles in the shell. So I'm gonna go 40 pulls and see how it goes. 40 pulls! Six, 7, 8, 10, 26. Is this easier? 27, 9, 40. I can already tell you my hand is itching from the vibration of that. It's already itching, but that was 40 pulls. Let's see what we got here. My hand is itching. All right, well, the good news is it's not broken. Some of the listings for these gadgets say that if you hold a flashlight up to it, you'll be able to tell if it's actually a golden egg or not. This is how a normal egg looks that has not been spun. It's somewhat translucent and kind of yellow. Here's the one I just spun. Oh, it's kind of pink. It is a different color, so I'm a little bit hopeful about this. There it is right out of the shell. It is already scrambled. I think that it actually worked, shockingly. All right, well, my hand kind of gets back to normal. I'm gonna do 4 of these total. That was just the control egg to see if it actually was scrambled in the shell, and it was. So right here is a new egg that's room temperature. Here's an older egg that's room temperature. I've got the same batches in the fridge. I'm gonna do 4 of them, 1 of each kind, and see how they turn out. Hopefully I get 4 golden eggs. We shall see. Room temperature, new egg. Oh, this is like the worst part. I feel like I'm gonna smash this egg every time. This is where it starts to close at. I mean, look how little room there is. Oh, that just doesn't feel right. One of the listings on Amazon, people were saying that it really takes very small eggs, and now I believe it. Oh, whew, I got it in there, but I don't think I could have closed it any more than that. Well, 40 pulls did seem to work on that first one, so I'm gonna go 40 pulls for all these. Here we go. $37, $38, $39, $40. Hopefully it's not broken. No, it's not broken. Okay. Flashlight test. It does look pink. That's a good sign. Now I'm going to try an older one. The batch from this one, the sell by date was a couple weeks ago, so it should be nice and aged. Let's see how this one goes. Man, is that tight. So the worst part of it is how tight this is. Ugh. Closing that housing around there is probably the most treacherous part of this. 40 pulls. I kind of find myself zoning out after 40 pulls of this. My hands are kind of itchy again. All right, that one didn't break. That does not look pink to me. The first one I did looks pink. This one looks yellow. I don't think it's broken. I think the yolk is not broken. I got some more pulling to do. If I can hold it. Just kind of hold it like this. I kind of lost count. I'm not even counting. So I already did 40. I'm just doing it aggressively for a while and see if I can get a pink egg out of this. It's kind of a lot of work. Here we go. It's still yellow. I'm just gonna go with that one. I'm gonna see what happens. It's showing as yellow through the flashlight. I don't know. All right, let's move on to the cold eggs. This one is from a newer batch. Let's see how that one works. Placing it into the egg chamber. Closing it, hopefully not breaking it. Okay, this time I'm gonna leave it on the counter again. I don't know if holding it up in the air did anything for it, except for just dramatic purposes. Here we go. 40. All right, here we go. Not broken, that's always good. And that one does look pink. This is a newer egg. Both new eggs look pink. The first old one I tried was not, so we shall see about that. All right, the last one I'm gonna try here. This is a cold old egg. Old and cold. Place it in the chamber. Closing the chamber without breaking the egg. Here we go. Old and cold, 40 pulls. 37, 38, 39, 40. I find my mind wandering after a couple of these eggs. I started drifting off into outer space. I will say none of them broke, so I'm happy about that. I didn't break any of them. Even putting it in there when it seemed tight, none of them broke. And that one does not look, the old batch just seems like it's not breaking as easily as the new ones. I'm gonna go longer on this one. I wonder if I can get one of these old ones to look pink. We're doing it longer, I don't care. All right, I'm gonna try a little bit more aggressive technique. I'm gonna hold it in my hand and just give it a big yank, so to speak. I just broke it. Good thing this is the last one because I just broke it. Wow, all right. I guess this portion of the review is over. Good news and bad news. The good news is that my aggressive pulling yielded what appears to be a pink egg. The bad news, I broke it. I don't know if there's any way to open this up and fix it or not. Wow, it just came apart. That's unfortunate. But the fortunate part is I've got the 4 eggs I already spun. Let's see how those boil. All right, now all I have to do is boil them. I've got the room temperature ones on the top, cold ones on the bottom. The newer batch to the right, older batch to the left. I'm kind of keeping an eye on them, keeping them separate. We'll see how they all turn out. Well, it's time for the moment of truth. I think the eggs are done. Let's see how they turned out. This was the first egg I did. It was from the new batch, room temperature. And on the good side, we have a golden egg. We have a golden egg that's going to be very difficult to peel, I can already tell. I've done golden eggs in the past and they're never easy to peel. I've never found a way of getting golden eggs that aren't difficult to peel, but it is a golden egg. It is a golden egg and I'm happy about that. I'm probably gonna lose about 20% of this egg just from mangling it with a peel. All right, well, it's not pretty, but it is peeled. It's not even 100% golden, it's like 92% golden. There's like some of these white spots in here. But it did turn out. It did turn out, so I have to give credit for that. This is from the older batch, room temperature. Oh, it's not a golden egg. Not a golden egg, as I suspected. Well, the flashlight technique is accurate, at least. It's easier to peel because it's not a golden egg, so that membrane was not broken. Didn't I do extra spins on that one? It was easy to peel, I give it that, and the yolk's off to one side. So based on the flashlight technique, the next 2 should be golden and difficult to peel, so let's try those. This is the one that came right out of the fridge, so it was cold, and it's a new batch. Oh, I think we do have a golden egg here. It looks golden to me. I kind of hit an area that's not so easy. Not a lot easier, but a little bit easier. This side looks pretty good. This one, not so much. For the last one, this is the one where I broke it on, but I was almost done, so hopefully it works out. This was the chilled older batch. Here we go. All right, so this egg is green. What's weird though is that the other egg from the same batch is not green. Let's take a final look at these here. These two were the newer batch. This one was room temperature when I tried it. This one was right out of the fridge. I don't see a huge difference. These two were an old batch. This maybe looked a little bit too old. I didn't think it was that old, but anyways, it doesn't seem like they did quite as well. Let me cut these open and see how they look. The top four are from the new batch. These were cold, these were room temperature. The bottom row, this was from an old batch. These were room temperature, these were cold. These do not look good whatsoever. Wow, I'm definitely not eating that. It looks like the newer ones came out better than the older ones did. But you know, your mileage may vary and maybe it doesn't matter because this broke anyways. Okay, so as far as the egg scrambler goes, what does this all mean? It means that it's a lot of work. It only seems to work with really small eggs. It takes a lot of pulling. The string is apt to break and it may not always work. I had very old eggs that weren't even good anymore up to brand new ones. It didn't seem to really matter. Although I guess the new ones did seem to perform a little bit better. But I'm glad I tried it out. And if you've tried a product like this, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching and I'll see you next time.